I'm John. I'm the owner and founder of Mergs. We're a weightlifting and CrossFit brand. I've been running Mergs by myself now for 7 years, and I've made quite a few mistakes along the way. Hopefully today I can share these with you, and you won't make the same mistakes. That will save you headaches and probably more money, because that seems to be a theme. So, the first thing, don't buy crap you don't need. And that sounds obvious. Well, it does to me, but that's hypocritical because I often buy crap I don't need. Silly things, like I'll be like, we need to film more content for social media. Great. I need more camera gear. Well, do I? Do I really? No. So I went out and bought a DJI Action 4 camera. Did I need that? Well, no, not really. That was £300 or £400 that's sort of sat on a shelf that gets used once a month. Easy things that I could have just avoided and wish I did. If I could go back in time, I'd just be so much, as I am now, so much leaner and more efficient with our money, because it's so hard earned, but it's so easy to be spent and squandered on things I want to help improve the business, but it doesn't mean they will. So bear that in mind. Additionally, something I'm a sucker for as well, more expensive and a better product doesn't mean you're getting a better result from it. Like this camera now, it's a Sony ZV-E10. It was £600 on Facebook Marketplace. It films in 4K. It does a great job. The amount of times I've spent looking at the Sony Alpha cameras and the better cameras, but I keep telling myself, I'm like, but that won't make anything any better. Like, I need to improve. Not the gear's fine. It's me and how I operate that needs to get better, not the equipment. That is not the bottleneck holding me back. The second thing, only hire help when it's actually required and you're maxed out. I did this as well. I've jumped in too soon a couple of times, having help with our email marketing. You know, we hired an agency with great recommendations, and to be fair, they were top tier. They were fantastic. But for the money we were spending, it's just sometimes it can be hard to justify. You look and you're like, it's a lot of money. And also, it weren't that I were maxed out on it. It weren't that I didn't like doing it. It were just, I don't know, I just thought that was the thing to do. That's how we would improve. In reality, yes, our emails did improve and everything got better, but it was a big expense that we just didn't need at the time, when I've got the time to do the emails. And, you know, like I say, the agency, fantastic. It's just we're not at a point in our growth where that's something that's required yet. So bear that in mind, because it sounds good to have help, but help's expensive. Because don't forget, they're helping you, but their help is their business. So yeah, just go easy on the needing other people to help do things for you. The next thing is done beats perfect, because perfect is never done. Too many times have I sat looking at adverts, looking at homepage banners, looking at how I've arranged things, thinking, I don't know if that's good enough. Yes, it's good enough. It'll do. It's fine for now. You can improve it later when you've got the time to waste redoing it. But I've spent too long hesitant on getting things spot on, when in reality, then being an 8 out of 10 is fine. We're not looking for a 10 out of 10. Like, it's okay. For the business size, for where we're at, it'll do, honestly. So get more done, even when the quality is less, because more an average to good quality beats a few things at great quality. So that's one thing that I try and work on now. I'm like, right, let's just get it done, let's get it out. The most important thing in your business, the single most important thing, is your customers. At the end of the day, the business can sell anything for any price, and if there's no customers, there's no business. I take incredible pride in looking after our customers, because they mean everything. Like, literally, people over profits, because if you've got profits but no people, how can you have profits with no people? But for the time being, as you're starting out, there will be times when products have got faults, and you think, somebody did that themselves and you're not really responsible for it. You wish you could say, nah, this one's on you, like, be reasonable. But Every time I say, no, it's fine, we'll sort it. And we send them a new thing, or we'll replace it, or we'll do a refund outside the returns period. It can be tricky sometimes to sort of, I don't know how to put it. I don't want to say bow down to unreasonable requests, but in a way that's kind of right. There are times when people say silly things and you know they are wrong, but at the same time, by sending them a replacement, by giving them a refund, by doing a thing of a gesture of goodwill, you might have just got that customer for life. How many times have you been to a business and had an amazing time thinking, wow, their support was fantastic? Now, they've got your foot in their door for next time. Because when you think, shall I give them a go again? You think, yeah, because if it goes wrong, they're going to sort me out. I'm never going to be stuck. So that's how I treat customer support. You've got to be fantastic with your people, even if they're being unreasonable, because they will be at times. Just a few, a very, very, very small percentage. 99.5% are amazing. I don't know if it's how we've set the business up, if it's how the audience is, if it's the demographic or the ages, I don't know, but our customers are amazing. So I do go out of my way to really help those that are in a sticky situation. Consistency is so important when you're starting a business. I'm a big believer in when you're starting out, to do 1 hour a day would be better than to do 1 day of 7 hours. Purely because every time you sit down at the computer or you come up with ideas, depending how you've slept, depending on what you've eaten, depending on how much stress you've been under that day, you will have a different response, better or worse. Some days I come and sit down and I'm like, right, we need to do some new ads. And I am scratching my head because I just can't think. And it's infuriating. It is. But I have a list long enough to dive onto something else. But if you're starting out a business, doing 1 hour a day, that gives you 7 unique opportunities to get done what you're trying to get done. If you only have one block of 7 hours and you're not in the right frame of mind, you've just had an argument with a friend or something's gone wrong, you won't be in the right mindset to get done what you want to get done. And you'll find it hard. And you'll probably come away thinking, this was hard work, I can't be arsed. And to me, that's just a sign of, it's not a positive thing, because if that's a Sunday and that's the day of the week that you've got to do the thing, next Sunday you'll be like, I had to go last Sunday and it were a horrible time. I don't know if I want to do that again. But if you're only doing 1 hour a day, if you get 30 minutes into your hour from 7 till 8 p.m. and it's all going to crap, you can actually just sack it off. You could be like, no, not today. Today's not the day. You put everything down, you make a few notes for where you're at, you start again tomorrow. You come tomorrow, you've had time to think about the problem, you're kind of having a different perspective on what could be happening, how to solve it and how to make it work, and you come in with a fresh mind. You'll probably have a better chance at either solving that problem, attacking it in a different way, or sacking it off and trying something else. You know, so a little and often is better than a big block all at once, just for mentality and sanity's sake. So that's it. That's a flying 5 points. Try to keep this as condensed as possible because nobody needs to watch me talk for 45 minutes. One more thing that I've been meaning to mention. Support. Speaking to other entrepreneurs is massive. If anybody out there needs any help with anything, leave a comment, shoot me an email, contact@mergs.co.uk. Yes, it's the Mergs branded one, but it's the one that I view the most. If you need a hand with anything, if you've just got a project and you're like, I don't know if this is going to work, shoot me an email. I'm happy to help, honestly. I'm thinking of setting up maybe a WhatsApp group chat or some sort of space where people can jump in and just ask questions. And then we can all figure things out together. Because there's 1 or 2 group chats that I'm in and I find immense value from just being able to run ideas by other people. Like I say, if you don't want it in such a public way, you can just send me an email. I'd be more than happy to reply. I will reply to them all. So bear that in mind. If you need a hand or you're just unsure, shoot me an email. I'm here. It's fine. Sometimes it's nice just to run an idea by someone, because in your own life, not necessarily the people you're surrounded by are on the same wavelength. That it's really funny, and this is for you, Mum. Years ago, when I was starting Merg, she was like, starting a business is quite risky, and it can be a bit treacherous. Meanwhile, she works for herself. I was like, Mum, you need to be on the same page with me. You're self-employed. What do you mean? So sometimes you tell your wife about quite an in-depth, detailed problem, and she's just not as in the game as I am. She cares, she wants to help, but she's just not on the same level, and that's okay. So if anybody needs a hand, shoot me an email, and I'd be more than happy to help. Anyway, I need to get back to work, so do you, and I will catch you guys in a bit. Bye-bye.